the like button and subscribe to our channel. Welcome to Just Off Harbor. Welcome to Just Off Harbor, where we talk all things Disneyland Resort and Disneyland travel tips. Make sure to hit the like button and subscribe to our channel so you don't miss out on all the fun news and info coming out of the Disneyland Resort.
Hi guys, I am Britton.
And I'm Danny.
And we are the sister duo that makes up Just Off Harbor. We're really excited to be here with you today. We're going to talk about all the things that are happening this spring at the Disneyland Resort, starting with the Disney 100, Food and Wine Festival, Lunar New Year, and I'm sure there's other things.
We have Toon Town. What else did we write down here?
Ride refurbs that are happening.
Did you mention Magic Happens already?
And Magic Happens.
Our favorite parade is coming back. So we're going to be talking about all of that. So stay tuned. And let's just get into it.
Okay.
Let's start with Disney 100. If you don't know about Disney 100 or what it is, basically this is a celebration that starts January 27th. It is to celebrate Disney Company, the 100 years of the Disneyland, or not Disneyland, Disney as a brand company. So the highlights of this are taking place at the Disneyland Resort, but it's technically a celebration through all Disney parks to some degree or another. So they are starting January 27th at Disneyland with some special events. So let's talk about those.
The one I'm most excited about is the opening of the very much awaited Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway. I got to experience it for the first time in Walt Disney World this last August, and it is such a fun ride. I am so excited it's going to be at the Disneyland Resort. So that will be opening on January 27th. We are assuming there will be a virtual queue situation, just like there was for Rise of the Resistance and Web Slingers. So if you don't know how to run a virtual queue, I'm sure we will be talking about that on our Instagram and probably on here as well, to make sure that you know how to get your spot, because this is a ride that you do not want to miss.
And if you have questions about virtual queues, please ask them in the comments below. Let us know that that's a video you'd be interested in. We could do one here on YouTube. And like Britton said, we'll probably be going over that on our Instagram as well, and maybe even in our Facebook groups. One other thing I wanted to mention about Runaway Railway is that it is a ride for all ages and all heights. There's no minimum on heights, which is great because, you know, it's in Toon Town. You want your kids to be able to experience that. So,
and one other thing, if you have experienced it at Walt Disney World and think you want to skip it in Disneyland, don't, because there are supposedly 2 new scenes that are going to premiere with the Disneyland version of Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway. So it will be a little bit different than what you're used to.
And the queue is also set up differently, I heard. Like it's a different intro and queue situation as well. So we're excited.
We will be there.
We will. So if you're going to be there, let us know. And maybe we'll run into you. I did want to say also, just as a note, that Toon Town itself is down for refurbishment at the moment. It will reopen with a whole new retheme of some of the attractions and the town and everything on March 8th. So even though Runaway Railway is opening in Toon Town, we're not really sure how this is going to work and if they're just going to have everything kind of scrimmed off or what will happen, but don't expect to be able to visit all of Toon Town during this initial opening. That Toon Town opening will be at the beginning of March. So that's that.
Next. What do you want to talk about? Fireworks?
Yeah, sure. Do you want me to talk about it?
Yeah.
So Disneyland is going to be premiering a new fireworks show. It's called Wondrous Journeys. This has a new score. It has all new projections. You can go look at some previews on the Disneyland website. It looks like it's going to be really a beautiful show. One thing that they have been talking about is that it will feature in some form or another literally every Disney animated film that has happened in the last 100 years. So that's really cool to think that they would be able to fit that kind of level of character, what's the word I'm looking for? Feature, yeah. Into the film. I also noticed that in one of the oh my gosh, words are so hard. In one of the
Sneak peeks
that they will, part of it is they will have the Encanto house featured all over the castle as like a full projection of the casita. So we're really excited about that. Our kids are going to be thrilled. Yours probably are too. So that's...
I'm going to be thrilled.
Yeah, right? I mean, let's be real. Anyway, so that's Wondrous Journeys. And then do you want to talk about World of Color?
World of Color 1 will be the first new show that they've had since...
I think.
Ever?
I don't know. Maybe they've had another one before.
Well, they've had like a Halloween show before. They have the Christmas one, and then they have the normal World of Color. But this is a brand new show that is premiering also on January 27th. We will be there either the 27th or the 28th to cover that for everybody. But new projections, new music, new everything. We've seen sneak peeks of The Avengers, Moana,
our favorite,
Coco. We've seen a lot of some of the newer shows being featured here, and we are so excited to be able to see that. And so, new entertainment, new rides, guys. This is the year. This is the spring to go.
Yeah. One thing to note with World of Color is that they have what they call a virtual queue for World of Color. If you go on at noon on the day that you're planning to visit World of Color, you can grab a virtual queue spot, which will give you a section that you're assigned to stand in. It's free. It doesn't cost anything to do that. It's not like Genie Plus connected or anything like that. It's just a queue. So set an alarm for like 11:55 a.m. on the morning that you're planning to do World of Color, and make sure that you're prepared to go on and snag your virtual queue.
One other thing to keep in mind about the shows is they are especially fireworks, are only on weekends right now. Usually this happens every year. They can't do fireworks during the school year on weekdays. So if you're really wanting to see fireworks, plan that you are going to be in the parks Friday, Saturday, Sunday, so that you can be able to see that show, because they will have projections most nights. So you'll still get to see them, you have the music in the show, the lights on the castle and everything, but as far as the actual fireworks, they only put those on the weekends during
Fantasmic, I believe right now is weekend. Actually, I don't even know if it's running through January, but in general, Fantasmic during the off season is only weekends as well. World of Color is every night as far as I can tell on the schedule when I looked most recently. But those other two shows over in Disneyland tend to vary a little bit.
And also, if you have a 1 park per day option ticket, make sure that you're, again, in the park on the proper day on the weekend, or you can't hop over and see the show.
Yeah. So another good reason, and really that's a good reason to invest in park hoppers during the off season, I feel like, because the hours even vary between parks. And so like some nights DCA closes at 9 and Disneyland's open till midnight. Other times DCA is open till 10 and Disneyland closes at 9. They really vary. And so being able, especially if you're a late night park goer, having the ability to hop will serve you well in the long run. And it's only $60 a person. I mean, I say only, I know that's expensive, but $60 per person, whether or not you buy a 2-day, 1-day, 5-day pass. So you might as well just spread it across those. And
the value of the hopper goes up quite a bit when you're there for more days.
Right.
Because like I said, a 2-day hopper, an extra $60. A 5-day hopper is an extra $60.
Well, so, a lot of times people will message in our groups and stuff and say they'll be like 3 days into their trip and they'll be like, hey, I just want to add a park hopper today because we've kind of done everything in both parks and we want to hop. And they're like, can we add it? And the answer is yes, you can add it even partway through your trip, but you pay the $60 flat regardless of when it is. So if you think that that's something you want to do, invest in it, plan for it, and take advantage of that, because these shows are going to be really worth seeing. You want to make sure that you can get those in.
Well, not only that, you gain flexibility in making dining reservations. If you have a specific restaurant you really want to go to and it's only over in Disneyland and it's only available on the day you're not in Disneyland, then you just limit your options there quite a bit.
Yeah. And also, if you're planning to purchase Genie Plus, this is another reason to get hoppers, because if you're planning to get Genie Plus is a flat rate regardless of whether or not you're only using it in DCA or you're using it in Disneyland or you're using it in both parks. So if DCA has 10 Genie Plus rides and Disneyland has another 15 or whatever, you're paying Genie Plus just to use 10 in DCA if you only have a single day pass for that day. Where if you have a hopper pass, your Genie Plus is now valid on all those rides between 2 parks, and you're going to get a lot more value out of that as well.
And if you watched our previous video, and if you haven't watched it, you should go watch it, about how we rode all of the rides in both parks in one day. The only way we were able to do that was because of Genie Plus. And we were able to use that virtual queue, or not a virtual queue, the Genie Plus, the Lightning Lane, on every single ride that was available for Lightning Lane. It made it just that much faster, so we were able to get in the line that much quicker, and we used it in both parks. So 20-something rides were fully used with Genie Plus.
Right. And really, this is the time to assess what type of park goer you are. If you want to make sure that you hit all the rides, if you've got teenagers that are just dying to ride all day long on everything, then Genie Plus is going to be your best friend. If you're coming with a couple of little toddlers and you're mostly planning to hit the merry-go-rounds and take in the ambiance and maybe see the princesses and that kind of thing, maybe Genie Plus isn't the investment for you right then. So just something to think about. Once again, if you have questions about Genie Plus, we can answer them for you. So ask them in the comments, shoot us a message, and we will do our best to help you out with deciding whether or not that is a good fit for you.
Okay, what is next? Lunar New Year. We've actually never got to experience Lunar New Year, so we're really excited to be there this year. It's the year of the rabbit.
That's my year.
Is that your year?
Uh-huh.
I think I'm like an ox or something.
Not track.
Or maybe it's a horse. I don't know. Rude. So that starts on January 20th and goes through February 15th. So almost a whole month. It's going to be exclusively in California Adventure. There's going to be a parade that has special characters like Mushu from Mulan and all these different, there's usually specific foods, which they haven't come out with a list yet, but we will let you know about that. It's just a whole celebration, a whole vibe. Usually down in Paradise Gardens, they have decorations and different things.
Sometimes shows. One thing DC is really good about is incorporating different cultures and stuff into, especially down in that Paradise Garden area. You know, they do lots with like Dia de los Muertos and all that kind of stuff at Halloween time. They try to bring in different Christmas traditions and Hanukkah traditions and stuff during the Christmas season. And with Lunar New Year, they have shows and music and that kind of thing that is, gives a nod to Asian culture. So definitely should be a great thing to check out. We're excited. One thing I love about at least the things I've seen with Lunar New Year is that everything's just really beautiful and cheerful, and the characters have beautiful costumes, and everything's just really, I don't know, it just feels really magical. So I'm really excited to get to see it in person. So if you're going to be there between January 20th and February 15th, that's what you can expect in DCA going on special. Let's hop over. I mean, we mentioned Magic Happens, but let's just talk about that real quick. Magic Happens is a parade that ran in early 2020 for only, I think it only did like 12 or 13 shows over the course of like a week-long period before everything was shut down. So it is coming back. It has been highly awaited. Everyone's really excited. I saw it in person in 2020 before.
One of the lucky few.
And can you believe it? I didn't even record it because I was just there with my kids and my husband, and we were just enjoying it and watching it. And now I'm like so sad that I don't have one of those original recordings because very few people got them. But anyway, so we don't have footage of that, but it will be coming back on February 24th. We are so stoked about it. It's a beautiful parade and the music is so awesome. It's just, I'm so excited. I can't.
If you're a person that cries at parades, you're going to cry at this parade.
Or cries during any performance of any kind. It's just the music and the costumes and the dancing.
It's Disney magic at its peak.
It is.
And it's fabulous.
It's called Magic Happens because magic happens. So make sure you mark that on your calendar if you're going to be there
February 24th.
after February 24th.
There will probably be 2 shows a day. Usually like an early afternoon and an evening performance.
And it's a good one for either because it does have a lot of like lighting elements that show up good at night, but it's also a great daytime parade. It's not like electrical parade where it can only be at night because it's so lit up that you lose a lot of the elements of it. It really transfers really great either way to morning or night. So try both. See it twice because that's how awesome it is. See it twice a day the whole time you're there and you won't regret it. That's how much I like it. So, okay. So that's Magic Happens. Next up is probably
Food and wine?
Food and wine. So Food and Wine goes March 3rd through April 25th. This is my favorite festival that they do at DCA as far as like the food options. Like at Christmas, they have their Taste of the Holidays, or
Festival
of the Holidays. And then they have a couple other things that go on, but Food and Wine.
Same sort of thing like Festival of Holidays, same sort of like sip and savor passes available. If you don't know what those are, you can buy a card for a discounted rate with tabs that you can purchase different snacks at the booths that are in California Adventure. So they have specific foods, they have drinks, it's just all about California food and wine. And so super fun that way as far as the food situation. But another thing that's really exciting that comes back during Food and Wine is Soarin' Over California. So
that's the real highlight. That's what everyone's excited.
They will swap Soarin' Over the World back to its original state, which is Soarin' Over California. You have orange groves, you have
the like rivers in California.
Golfing. I remember golfing.
There's a golfing part.
All California stuff.
Yeah,
so.
I just remember there's a part where they're like canoeing down a river or like rafting down a river.
I haven't seen it since like it was Soarin' Over California. So I need to get on it this time.
It's a great one. It's a great one. So that's happening
during Food and Wine.
Yeah, I'm trying to think if there's anything else specific. Food and Wine also will do well, and really with all of the celebrations in DCA, they try to incorporate things for kids. So like they'll have coloring projects in different areas of the park, usually down by Paradise Gardens or sometimes over behind the Hollywood backlot. You'll find those kinds of things. During Food and Wine, they have a really cute coloring opportunity for little kids that my kids love, where you can make like a little chef's hat that like, you know, it's a paper that's a chef's hat, and then you hook it around their head like a little hat. And they also have a really fun show that has just some of the main characters. I can't remember what it's called right now, but it's sort of like a drumming show with some of the main characters like Clarabelle and Chippendale and Goofy, if I remember right.
Oh, over by Hollywood.
Yeah, and they bang pots and pans and stuff like that. And it's a whole thing.
It's all like the chefs and stuff. But they're cute.
So sort of like cavalcade vibe, like only maybe a 10-minute show or something that just kind of pops up, but it'll be on the schedule. So just if you're there doing Food and Wine, take advantage of looking at the schedule, ask cast members what special things are going on, and make sure you do those because there really is tons going on in DCA during that time. I love it. Can you tell?
Plus, there's also other food stuff usually. Like, I want the orange shake to come back for its smoke jumpers. Yeah. That's what I want.
Me too.
For.
And
the fluffernutters.
No, this may not be your thing because you don't love peanuts, but you like the fluffernutters, so maybe the Snickers macaron from the Nuts and Things. It's called like Nuts and Things, I think.
The booth.
It literally is called that. I really think that's what
I
it's called.
you.
And it is so good. It's chocolate and snickery caramel in the middle, and it's like cold and
I like Snickers though, so I think I would enjoy it.
It's so good. I mean, raspberry macaron, it can't be beat, but I don't know. Maybe the Snickers one takes it. It's possible.
No.
You don't know until you try it.
Okay. But another big thing that's happening, but not till March 8th, is the official full opening of Toon Town. So, if you have been living under a rock and don't know, Toon Town was basically leveled in a lot of ways. And I know they're retheming Gadget's Go Coaster. They're going to have a lot more play areas. They're going to have a little splash pad area in front of Donald's boat. That's just the things we know. I'm sure once we get in there and can
they're
see
opening
things.
a new restaurant, quick service restaurant called like Daisy's something. I know
they
they had something there before that was similar, I think, but this is like a new rethemed, different menu, different structure restaurant, and I believe a gift shop, a new version of a gift shop that has something there before.
So if you've been kind of like ignoring Toon Town like I have for the last several years, it's going to be all new. So be sure to check that out.
Reimagined
after March.
My least favorite thing about Toon Town in general is it feels like you're living on the surface of the sun when you go back there. There's so much blacktop and there's not a lot of shade, and I hate going back there because we just burn to a crisp. Like, it's so hot. And so one thing that I think they've tried to do is incorporate a lot more green space and a lot more like trees and shade and that kind of thing. They've brought in a lot of like foliage and green space and stuff like that. So I'm excited to really see if it makes it more of an enjoyable experience, because that's the thing that I really struggled with Old Toon Town.
Well, I think that's kind of been the goal, is to have it be a place where people can actually spend more time, because it was a lot more like people kind of went back there to, you know, do Roger Rabbit or, you know, like, and then they'd
meet
leave.
Mickey and Minnie or whatever.
Or meet Mickey, yeah. But so this is hopefully, I think the point is to have it be a place where people can kind of really sit and relax and enjoy and take a break from the busier park.
Yeah. So we're super excited about that. That's going to be so much fun.
Those are the big things that are happening at the Disneyland Resort, but one extra thing that we have been working very, very hard on is we are putting on a retreat in Disneyland on April 27th through the 29th. So us and our friend Heidi at Every Day is Magic, if you aren't following her, you should, are doing a girls trip style retreat. We're going to be getting together. We're going to be having meetups. We're going to be having a fun catered dinner one night. It's a place to get together and meet new Disney friends that you maybe wouldn't have met, especially if you're somebody that likes to do quick little solo trips. You now have some people that you could meet up with and go together. And we've really, really benefited a lot from the Disney community that we have discovered as we've been doing this, and we feel like everybody needs that. Everybody needs Disney friends.
They do.
They're the ultimate hype people. They're just wonderful, and we want to create a space for people to be able to find those people. So that's what we're going to be doing. If you would like to come,
we can put a link in the bottom of this video that they can click on. Sorry, I just want to make sure.
No, we're good. I was just going to say that's how you do it. We'll put a link, click on it, get your ticket. Right now, we're actually even running a deal with you. If you buy 2 tickets, you save more. So if you and your mom, you and your sister, you and a friend want to come, 2 tickets or more, you get a better deal. And we're just really excited. We hope that lots of people come and it can be a really great retreat.
Yep. Realize that we are going to do our very best to make this experience awesome for you. So plan on it. Please plan on it. Please invite your friends. Call your mom. You know, get her to come with you to Disney and show her a great time, because it's going to be a great time. We're super excited.
Also, as always, if you book your travel through Getaway Today, our partners, they always have guaranteed the best rates on tickets and hotels. If you buy a ticket to our retreat, we have special rates at the Howard Johnson and several other hotels if for your stay that you get a benefit from for coming to our retreat. And that also helps us out to be able to do more things like this. So we appreciate anytime people go and book through our link at Getaway Today.
Yeah, they're the best. They will make your trip so much better. They are so good that not only do they like price match if you find some deal or something like that, but if a deal comes up between when you book and when you travel, like let's say suddenly Disney is offering a free hotel night or a free whatever, and you qualify for whatever that thing is, Getaway Today just automatically applies it. They don't even make you have to come to them and show you that it exists. They just apply it and refund you. So that's awesome. That's one of the biggest perks, is feeling like you don't have to have your radar on all the time of like, oh, do I need to get a better deal? Do I need to watch for a better deal?
Because you will get the best deal.
They will give you the best deal. So that's awesome. And also they're just amazing humans. We love Getaway Today. So we will never stop singing their praises. Okay, so I think that's all the main things that we wanted to talk about. Like we said at the beginning of the video, please like this video, please share it with your friends, please subscribe. Let's help get this channel off the ground so that we can post more things and bring you more in-park content. Please let us know in the comments if you have suggestions of things you'd like us to talk about, things you'd like to see here on the channel. Obviously, it's very new and fresh, and we want to bring you the kind of content that you want to see. So let us know what that is.
And keep in mind, we are going for all of these things. Well, maybe not all of these things, but a good chunk of these things. We will have video content to share with you very quickly. So if you want to see what's going on with Lunar New Year, what's going on with Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway, follow along, subscribe. We will be sharing all of that here.
Yes,
very,
and
very
also
soon.
on our other socials, we are very active on our Instagram. That's where you're going to see things the very, very fastest. So if you follow along at Just Off Harbor on Instagram, you can find us there daily. And we also have a Facebook group if you're looking into planning a Disney trip and want more specific help and info. It's a great little community of people that can help answer your questions. So we can link to that Facebook group in this video as well. So please come join us, join our community, and let's make it great. I think that's all. We'll be back soon, hopefully, to talk more about what's going on in Disneyland. Thanks for tuning in.
Thanks.